Today I'm in Egypt. I'm going to try a luxury Nile cruise. This has been something I've been wanting to do for a long time. I'll show you what's on board, including the incredible food, the facilities that you can find on board, the luxury trips that are included in my cruise, and so much more. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello.
So, Zara,
thank you very much.
Everything?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Go to the bar to have the welcome drink and we will finish all the procedures.
Lovely, thank you very much. Okay, so I checked in, they've checked my passport, they gave me a very nice hibiscus welcome drink. Well, I've never done a Nile cruise before, so I didn't know what to expect, but this is pretty impressive. Let me show you. When I arrived, the boat from the outside didn't actually look that big, but when you're on board, it seems pretty massive. This is my room, 306. It's actually right at the back of the ship. Now, I have read some reviews when people talk about Nile cruises to stay away from the back of the ship because of the engine noise, so we'll see how we get on with that. Now, when it comes to picking this particular cruise ship, it was quite difficult because there are so many cruises you can do from different locations, but Luxor is one of the main places, and there are normally, I would say, hundreds of cruises going on at any one time, to the point that the Nile is completely almost gridlocked with cruise ships. However, I've decided to come here in July because I knew that the ship would be quiet and so would the Nile, so we'd get some amazing views. I chose this one because, well, that brand is familiar with luxury, so I thought I'd give it a go. And on the face of it, this looks impressive. Let me give you the tour. So as you come into the lounge area, which is separated by a little office desk. And your Nile cruise itinerary starts pretty much as you get on board. So lunch basically is from now until 3 p.m. At 3 p.m. we visit the Karnak temple and the Luxor temple, and we have a private guide that goes with us, the people that are on the boat, and there's not very many people here, so that'll be quite nice. Between 6 and 7 it says leisure and spa, so an hour for you to just relax. Between 7 and 8 there's drinks with live entertainment up on the sun deck. Between 7 and 10 it's where you have dinner, and apparently they do set sail today, but only just around Luxor. We don't go further up the Nile. And then at 9 p.m. you can watch the old version of Death on the Nile in the panorama room. Please book your seat at reception. And then we stay pretty much here in Luxor overnight. If you've ever been to Egypt and you've stayed in a really nice hotel, they are pristine, they are absolutely lovely, but there are always ugly spots, and there's a few dirty areas, like the light switches are pretty old and pretty grubby around here, and also some of the electrics, right? Like, I just I tried to turn this on when I came in the room and it's just like I'm barely touching it. I'll try not to use that light too often. Let's have a look at the mini bar. This is very nice. We've got a coffee machine, a kettle. Love these cups. Now, I don't normally buy things from the mini bar. I saw these though, fancy a little bit of a snack. And I looked at the date, and obviously I'm not very good at reading. Is that Arabic? I ran it through AI and it said it went out of date in 2023. Let me know if I'm wrong here, but if 2023, wow. So these are 3 years old. There is some Pringles here. Looks like they go out of date. Best before this year, 2026 September. So they're still good to go. All this is not included in the price. The price list is there. Love the curtains though. A lot of leather in this room. Some welcome chocolates. Branding is on point. Got a bottle of red wine. There's some fruit there. All this leather though is really nice. All this stitched leather, but yeah, obviously it's a little bit aged and there's some scuff marks and stuff, which is of course to be expected. That looks like goat skin rugs. I'll show you the huge space I've got outside in a moment, but first let me take you up the step, which is also, this is leather, look at that. This is leather. I mean, if you look closely, there are ugly bits, which I was expecting, to be honest, but look at the bed. That is really nice. The leather headboard, the uplighting. It's a really nice space. You've got a TV there. The bathroom is in there. Huge space to put your clothes. Loads of drawer space. Look at this. It's just when you look closely, it does feel a little bit dirty, a little bit grubby. All the sockets are pretty dirty. Nice walk-in wardrobe. There's a safe here as well. Dressing gown. Even got the posh hangers. But let me show you into the bathroom, because this is very nice. It has 2 huge windows. You can protect your modesty by pulling the blinds down. Can you imagine if they stopped working? It'd be a bit embarrassing. 2 huge sinks. Hairdryer. Wow, look at the size of this bath. How amazing is that? I can imagine being in here at sunset. That'd be great, wouldn't it? You can get at least 1, 2, you can get at least 3 people in this shower. A bidet and a toilet. Famous last words, right? But I can imagine a Nile cruise probably being very relaxing and very calm on the water, unless there are other boats going past. But because the Nile is very quiet this time of year, it should be pretty smooth. I've got these huge doors, huge French doors that open up into my own space, with 2 big sunbeds, somewhere to have coffee in the morning, and my very own hot tub. And before you ask, that's cold water in there. The temperature out here is about 42 degrees, so that is perfect. Such a lovely space. And considering how small the boat is, this feels very premium, but it is very open, so like you can go straight upstairs to the swimming pool and the bar, and you can actually see onto somebody else's sun deck, and I don't think that's being used at the minute. And then we're right at the back of the boat. Like, this isn't cool. What's down there? Is that the engine room or something? Don't think I'm supposed to go down there, but yeah, don't know how you feel about that really, because like workers could be down there and they'll come up here and they can see straight into your suite. Obviously don't go out there naked. Just realised that these don't lock. Just realised that anyone can open it from the outside, because it doesn't lock at all. So after a light lunch, I got off the boat and we headed to our first stop of the afternoon. The price of the cruise also includes entry to all of these sacred sites in Luxor. And what's great is you get your private tour guide that will take you around, tell you the history, and then allow you just to walk around and go and take some photos. I will link a video at the end where I did a full tour of Luxor, including a hot air balloon ride at sunrise, which was incredible. But we'll go and check out the temple, and then we'll go back to the ship for dinner. I don't think the camera does it justice, just how big Karnak Temple and Luxor Temple actually are. Just as we were leaving, the guide said to us, "See you in the morning, 6 AM. I thought she was joking, but no. I think we're going to be doing Valley of the Kings tomorrow morning. We haven't even set sail, so there's obviously a lot to see in Luxor before we actually set sail on the Nile itself. Well, the sun's going down. There's drinks upstairs at 7 PM and there's some entertainment, and then we'll go and have dinner. I will give you the full tour of the ship tomorrow, but for now I need to cool off a little bit. This is nice and cold. By the way, just want to say a massive thanks to today's video sponsor. And one of the main questions that I get asked is, what luggage do you travel with? I need something that's practical and also built to last. That's why I've been using the Carl Friedrich Carry-On X. The first thing you'll notice on the side of the case is there's no traditional zip. It has this really premium aluminium lock frame with dual TSA approved locks, so it feels incredibly solid and secure. And honestly, every time you close this, it has that satisfying click that you would expect from a premium luxury product. My favourite feature though is this front compartment. Perfect for your laptop and bits you need quickly, like I do for filming at the airport and on location. It's solid, it looks smart, and it glides like a dream. If you're looking to invest into a premium cabin suitcase that's designed for people that travel a lot, I'll leave the link in the description, or you can scan the QR code which is on the screen now. Well, I might as well go out from my room this way. Straight up the stairs. There's Luxor Temple. So at this time every day you do get complimentary drinks for about an hour. All other times you do have to pay for the alcohol, but you do get soft drinks included. Saqqara beer is legendary here in Egypt, and it tastes pretty good. Also, mosquitoes are a problem on the Nile, and if we do have a problem, they've got these killing machines that will do the job. Ah, thank you so much. We're only doing this for about an hour apparently. So we started over there, we've come up, we've turned around, and we're going back down again. Does the menu change, or is it the same every night?
No, we change, sir.
The menu changes every night. Okay. Oh, I like the look of shrimp risotto. No, I'll save myself for dessert because the orange panna cotta looks good. So weird because the restaurant's on the lowest deck, so we're literally eye line with the water. What a view though. It's 8 o'clock. There's only about 6 people on board, remember, so the restaurant is going to be quiet. Feels like you've got this ship to yourself. This smells so good. It's really nice. Interesting combo. Don't know whether it really works though. Well, my first night's dinner was pretty good. They've done turn down service in here. I guess the only thing that makes me a little bit nervous is that I can't actually lock that door at the back. I've got a very early start in the morning, won't even have time for breakfast, so I have to show you breakfast another day, and actually they'll do a breakfast box for us in the morning. Got to be up at 6, so I'm going to get out of bed. Night night. Sunrise on the Nile. We started at 6 a.m. We got handed a breakfast box as we headed out to explore the West Bank. Headed to the Valley of the Kings and explored the tombs of Tutankhamun, Ramesses V and the Sixth. We visited the Colossal of Memnon. We also visited the Temple of Hatshepsut. And if you want to see more sacred places and tombs here in Luxor, I will link a video at the very end when I was here a couple of years ago. But as it's lunchtime, they're doing lunch up here on the sun deck, so I thought I'd take advantage before I did the ship tour. And now, after 24 hours of being on board, and we're going to sail down the Nile, heading towards Aswan. Well, let's start where I came in yesterday. So the main reception. Massive bit of open space here. It's a really nice lounge. Again, all the black leather and the black wood. So it's very early this morning, so a lot of people are taking a bit of a siesta after the sightseeing, which gives us the perfect opportunity to go and explore the ship while literally no one else is around. Come on. Get coffee up here as well. They've got a games room. Look at this. Someone's left their tablets here whilst drafts, Yahtzee, someone's laptop. Loads of books on ancient Egypt and some old encyclopedias. So they have a movie showing in here every night and they show the same movie. I'll tell you what movie that is. You can probably guess in the comments, but it's quite nice they do that actually. Bit of an upsell with some bags for sale. Scarab bags, that are pretty cool actually. There's some seating over there. Let's go up to the second floor. Just look how open this is though. So nice. Some comfy seating. Leather tables. The windows are so huge so you won't miss seeing anything that you go past. These are just people's rooms. Don't know what else is down here. Why are these two? I don't think anyone's staying in here, so we can have a bit of a nose at this room actually. Twin room. Wow, this is nice. This living room. Oh right, so this is right at the front of the ship and it's like a shared cabin. Obviously they've opened it up so people can have a look round. This is really nice. There's own ensuite as well. Including me, there's only 3 rooms taken up on board at the minute. Let's take you upstairs to the spa. Check this out, they've got a gym on board. Imagine doing your workout on the Nile. I don't think these have been used at all. Maybe some of the weights, that's about it. Some music, water, some towels. Look at this big window. Love that in the ceiling. You can even get your hair done on board. They do have a lift to get up the 3 different floors as well if you can't handle the stairs. The pool is a decent size. Now if you compare this to some cruise ships that I've been on, it's pretty much a similar size. There's kids playing in the Nile there. They look like they're having fun. There's outside showers as well. Plenty of sunbeds, the towels are ready to go. Obviously this is the best place to come of an evening. It's a bit too hot up here at the minute. There's a bar up here. And this is how I can get down to my suite this way as well. and my hot tub and my door that doesn't lock. Well, this is today's itinerary. Obviously this morning 6 a.m. is what time we woke up and went out exploring on the West Bank. 12:15 we set sail. 12:30 to 3 there's lunch at the sun deck or in the main restaurant, which is right at the bottom, which I showed you last night and I'll show you again later. 12:30 and 8, obviously we're going to be sailing all day now, so you can just relax. In the panorama room at 2 p.m. there's a presentation of some ancient Egypt temples. At 5 o'clock we arrive and we go to the Esnalok. 7 till 10 is dinner, and as I was saying, they show the same movie every night, which is Death on the Nile. In the panorama room, book your seat at reception. Because the ship's not very busy, I don't think I'll need to book if I do want to go. This is also pretty cool. Look what they've put on board. Newspaper articles from back home in the UK. Celebrity stories, business, sport, all on there so I can keep in touch with the world. It's like going back a few years. I mean, I've got the internet now, I can just use that. Ah, that is so good. Temperature's around about 43 degrees, so this is going down well. The only one in here, of course. More space for me. If you are really enjoying this video, please make sure you do give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, remember to hit that subscribe button. Two local fishermen have hitched a ride. Oh, saves you paddling, doesn't it? We've been sailing for a couple of hours and now we've reached Esnalok, which we've got to get through to rise the boat about 8 meters up, and then we'll carry on down the Nile. And the gates are opening. That took about 5 minutes, and there is a guy in a small paddle boat heading directly for us to try and sell us something. You better get out of the way. I think they're going to come to the back of the boat. I'm good, thanks. They've managed to throw one of these up. He's not gonna. I love the fact that they're bartering right now as the boat is coming through. The boat's gonna hit him. What are they doing?
معهمش مصري معهم لا لا خلاص. You want to see something?
No, that's okay. How much is he charging?
This is around $5 or $6.
$5 or $6?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
هات واحدة حريمي.
Apparently this happens all the time and they let them on board selling things, or they let them. There's loads of kids jumping off there. They better get out of the way. Jumping in right before the boat comes, not the best idea. Look, they're just fearless. They just don't get that. That guy with the boat is literally right underneath the bow. They're just like telling him there's a lot of shouting. Is he going to move? Where is he?
He's down there. He got too tired.
Shit, what was that?
We hit him. You heard that?
Oh, did we hit?
دفع الفلوس هفع 10 خذوا 2.
All right, he's there. What they'll do to get a sail. Well, I got it wrong last night when I said there's happy hour every night at 7 p.m. That was obviously just last night. The itinerary doesn't mention happy hour tonight, just mentions food. And for the price I've paid for the cruise, I am quite surprised. As always, I'll come to the price at the end. Let's go grab some dinner. Not the best view tonight. Got a busy road over here, but the Nile view over there still looks okay. I thought I'd try some Egyptian wine, which you do have to pay for. It's quite nice. And they've given me some warm nuts. I think I will be woken up by... So although I don't have to get up too early in the morning because there's another excursion planned. I mean, you don't have to do the excursions, but there is another excursion planned to a temple near here at 9 a.m. So there's me hoping that I'd get a bit of a line, but I don't think that's going to happen. I just asked the waiter. He told me we'd be sailing at 4 in the morning. And this starts at around about 4:15, so might be okay. So on the menu tonight, we've got dates, prawns, we've got soups, risotto, salmon, lamb. Hello. Can I go for the I'll go for the dates.
Date salad?
Yeah, the date salad, please. And I'll go for the drum wheat panini. Thank you very much. There's only 2 other tables and they're over the other side, so I thought I'd give them a little bit of space. So if you're familiar with Egypt or you're familiar with a Nile cruise, you'll know that sometimes people can get something called Pharaoh's Revenge, which is a bit of an uncomfortable stomach. That being said, I've been to Egypt so many times and I've avoided the salads, I've avoided food that's not heated properly, and I've still got it. So I've kind of come to the realization that don't let it spoil you trying different foods, even if they say that the salad is washed in purified water. Let's give this a go. A date salad. They've got goat's cheese on that. I'm not a big fan of goat's cheese. I didn't realise there's so many different variations of dates. I thought it was just like one flavour, but no, there's so many. Thursday's itinerary is here and we leave at 4 a.m. Breakfast from 7 till 9. At 9 a.m. we visit a temple, which is apparently the best preserved temple of the ancient world. It's dedicated to the falcon god Horus. 11 we get back on board. We sail to Kom Ombo. We're sailing there for most of the day. There's lunch, there's a presentation about a temple, and then at 2:30 we cross Silsia Mountains, and then at 5:30 there is another temple tour available, and then dinner, and then again a death on the Nile. So this morning we arrived at Edfu and we headed to one of the most striking and complete ancient Egyptian temples. It was dedicated to worship the god Horus. This was built back in 237 BC, and this was only discovered when people who were living on top of it dug down. They found this incredible huge temple. The temple remained buried under layers of sediment from the Nile River for millennia, which is why the decorative elements have survived so well. It was discovered back in 1860. I don't know whether the camera does it justice, but I was literally blown away about the scale of it, and to think that it was buried pretty much to the top. And, you know, if it hadn't been for archaeologists, it would have never been discovered. Thank you. So I'm skipping lunch today, and I just thought I'd go for a cappuccino and a nice little bit of carrot cake and take in the view. Cheers. I tell you what, I'm so impressed with the food on board. I thought that it was going to be mostly like buffet food, but the fact that it's all a la carte, the quality of the food and just how they present it to you as well, I'm pretty impressed. Well, it's pretty hot today, and thankfully they've just turned these on, nice and refreshing to keep you cool. We're well over 120 kilometers from Luxor right now, and this is where they actually cut the sandstone and took it up the Nile to Luxor. Crazy. Obviously they lived here, they've got a couple of temples here as well. Well, after being out in the scorching heat, was welcomed back with a very chilled hibiscus drink. I then enjoyed the sunset with a nice glass of Egyptian wine. Watched the sunset, and then I headed to dinner. And tonight it was an Egyptian tasting menu. I started with some falafel, then had some meze, hummus and baba ganoush. Then I had a traditional Egyptian pasta soup, followed by mango sorbet. For the rest of the menu, they've given it to me all on one plate. So we've got the fish, we've got the chicken stew, we've got lamb chops, Egyptian kofta, the kalta rice, and the Egyptian kosheri. And then a range of Egyptian desserts before I headed off to bed. Morning, another early start. I mean, you don't have to go on the excursions if you don't want to, but it would be a shame not to see some of these incredible sights whilst you're on your Nile cruise. Look at the size of this cappuccino. We're literally just docking, so we're going to go and see Aswan Dam. When it opened, it was the world's largest and most expensive dam ever built, and I think we're going to go and see a temple or two as well.
We are already on the high dam. The high dam is look like a bridge. Here we are, Habibi. We are on the high dam. This is the direction to irrigate all of Egypt. By the way, the river Nile in Egypt is our heart. Without this water, there is no Egypt. The size of the river Nile is about 6,700 kilometers. Run from middle of Africa, Victoria Lake, which is very heavy rains, run to Ethiopia. From Tana Lake in Ethiopia to the Blue Nile, White Nile in Khartoum and Sudan, and then to Egypt.
Well, it's my last evening on board. Apparently they've got some entertainment downstairs that we should go and check out before dinner. Come on. I didn't realise this, but there's another room here just for you to relax in. It's Quite nice, got a TV, a little living room area. I can hear that music. So after the entertainment, they took us upstairs to give us dinner, and they said they'll take the boat out and just sail up and down so we can see the beautiful sights of Aswan at night whilst we ate our dinner. And it was really nice. I got chatted to an Australian couple that I spent a lot of time with during all of the trips, and I had dinner with them, and it was a really lovely evening. The steak was incredible. Well, my Nile cruise has come to an end. How much did it cost? Well, it wasn't cheap. This is how much I paid. Does it justify the price? Without doubt though, this is ultra luxury, even for Egyptian standards. This has impressed me. The quality of the rooms, the furniture, yes, there was a few ugly spots. What really blew me away was the quality of the food. I mean, Egyptian hospitality is second to none. They will do absolutely anything for you. No matter what you ask, they'll do it. And what's great is all the staff remember your favorite drink, how you like your food. You only need to tell them once, and for your rest of your trip, they'll give you the drinks you like. They'll make sure your food has no certain spices or something like that. They clean the room twice a day. They were so good at cleaning the room. Like, you'd go to breakfast, even if you was there just 10-15 minutes, I'd come back, the room had already been cleaned. Fresh towel, a fresh newspaper, itinerary for the day. That was pretty good. I have to say a massive thanks to Mina, our guide, that took us around some of the ancient sites in Luxor and Aswan. She clearly enjoyed her job and she had a passion for Egyptology. And what was great coming this time of the year, there was like no crowds, apart from yesterday where there was quite a few crowds there, but apart from that there was like no one around, and it was amazing to see these sites like Tutankhamun's tomb. The last time I was here witnessing that, it was pretty busy and all I could see was the backs of people's heads. I was a little bit apprehensive because I did see some bad reports of Nile cruises and some videos, but there was no noise being at the back of the ship. The sun deck was really nice. I was really impressed with the pool as well. That was pretty big. I mean, I've been on some cruise ships where the pools are actually smaller than that. The suite that I had, yes, a few ugly spots and the light switches were a little bit dirty, but apart from that, it was amazing. My favourite room definitely was the bathroom. I didn't actually get in that bath after all because it was so hot. I just used the shower. The hot tub out here, enjoying that at night whilst under the stars, cruising along the Nile. The entertainment that they put on for you. Tell me what you thought in the comments. If you want to see more of Luxor, make sure you click this video here. Or if you want to see a slightly different cruise, click this video here. Give the video a thumbs up, hit subscribe. I'll see you next time.